What we're going to do is just go from one Irishman to an Irish woman who we've got on the phone. Michelle Kinane, good afternoon.
Hiya.
Hello there. Obviously, we'll have a chat about those Irish Raiders over in Meydan first, and then just so you can start thinking about it, I just want to know what we can expect from the 2-year-old offspring of Zebedee today up at Doncaster, because they're running over the 5 furlong, 6 furlong. I want to know whether that speed's in the pedigree to be backing a Zebedee progeny up at Doncaster. But firstly, the Irish Raiders at Meydan, who have you got your eyes on? And maybe whether you can elaborate on whether breeding has anything to play in the way that they may act on the Tapeta today.
Yeah, I've got a couple of good horses. Ruler of the World obviously is in the Dubai World Cup. Son of Galileo, half-brother to Duke of Marmalade. I just worry about the surface. This is his first time on this surface. There's a bit of concern about his drawn, where he's drawn as well, so he's got something to prove. But superbly bred horse, and yeah, there's a couple of good horses in there actually. It's a wide open race this year, I think.
Yeah.
There's no real American challenge. There's no American horses, so I think it's wide open this year.
OK, obviously the ruler of the world, the Sheikhs obviously piled in and bought 50% of that. I'd imagine that wouldn't have been cheap. What else have you got your eye on in Meydan, or was it just that one? Obviously the Magician's over there, and there's a few other Irish contenders. Mars was previously with O'Brien, of course, nicely bred. Gelding as well, now with Mike de Kock. There's a few other, obviously Aidan O'Brien does play a strong hand over there today, not just ruler of the world. Anything else you think has got a chance? Maybe Giovanni Boldini, only on his 5th start as well.
Yeah, Giovanni Boldini, in the UAE Derby, yeah, he's got a strong hand there now, and he's also got Sir John Hawkins, who is, again, a superbly bred horse. I mean, he's the first foal out of 4-time Group 1 winner, Peeping Fawn. And I actually think he could be a nice each-way chance. Sir John Hawkins, Colin O'Donoghue rides him, who obviously partnered Daddy Longlegs to win this race 2 years ago. And obviously their main hope is Giovanni Boldini, a son of the big-time stallion Warfront, and Warfront obviously sired Lines of Battle, who won this race last year, and who is also trained by Aidan O'Brien. But yeah, I think those two are the two main in this race.
So if you were to tip up one, if you like, Michelle, over in Dubai today, which one would it be, or maybe two, if you like?
I think Sir John Hawkins, maybe. I'm a huge fan of him. OK, so John Hawkins. We got one on the panel who, I don't know, seems to be sort of playing some celebratory violin on your tips there for Sir John Hawkins. The other thing that I did want to ask you about, just briefly, is the Zebedee progeny. I know that we had you talking about this maybe 3 or 4 months ago. You seemed quite sort of, you're anticipating it quite with some vigour for the Zebedee progeny. And obviously there's a couple in the 130 at Doncaster. I don't know whether you've browsed the card there, but it's a 5 furlong sprint, obviously, for the 2-year-old maidens, all of them unraced. What can we expect from the progeny of Zebedee in these races? Yeah, I think it could be early fast types. I think he could get really fast precocious 2-year-olds. Obviously, he did have a runner there in France, and she actually came 10th in France, so he hasn't, but that was only his first run. But I'd be more confident of his English-Irish runner. So yeah, I'm fairly confident around Zebedee, and hopefully 2-year-olds here can perform a bit better, but he should get some real fast, precocious types, and I know a lot of people fancy him. He's currently the joint favourite along with Rip Van Winkle for first season sire honour. So yeah, it's obviously quite exciting and something to look forward to.
Well, that's some news for, you know, I like my maiden races, and I'll certainly be having a look at those first time out Zebedee runners over the shorter distance. Hopefully they will be rather speedy. I don't know whether you've looked at the big race at Doncaster, the Lincoln, at all today. Did you fancy anything there, or your eyes just on the Irish runners over at Meydan today?
No, I'm concentrating on the maiden card.
Oh, really? and have you got a selection that we haven't discussed at all from anywhere today?
Well, I think obviously the Fuge and Dank, the Dubai Duty Free.
Yeah.
I think Dank is quite a nice horse. The Dubai, the Shaheen. It's the Shaheen she's in, or the Shima Classic. Sorry.
The Shima Classic, yeah.
Classic, yeah, I'm getting confused there. Yeah, I think she's quite a nice mare. If she can reproduce her form that she showed in America when she won the filly in Mare Turf, I think she's in with a good chance. I know the draw is a bit of a concern, but...
Okie doke, yeah, well, you certainly don't want to be drawn too high. We'll keep an eye on that, and certainly keep an eye on Sir John Hawkins and any of those Zebedee runners in the maidens over at Doncaster. Thanks for joining us, Michelle.
Thanks, William.
It's been brilliant, and as I say, hopefully you've given a bit of an inside information as to what may be winning those races today. Have a nice one, and we'll speak to you soon.
No problem. Thanks a million, Tom.
Thanks, Michelle.